You now would take another step in realizing your dream. You could not have come at a better time. Gina and I have been given leave to explore beyond the borders of XIV. As we know nothing of what lies past the borders of Greatwood, I suggest that we visit something close to home, Slitterbow. For us to go alone would likely incite panic. In your company, however, they might be at ease. I apologize for this abrupt request. We would be most grateful if you could introduce us to the people there. Then it is settled. We will await you at Wild Fete, near the entrance to Slitterbow. There you are. If you know these two, would you mind? We've been expecting you. Your coming was foretold in Gospel of Quinford. The Great Serpent speaks to me once more of azure flowers, secret temples, and secret engraved upon ancient tablets. The calamity is upon us, friend, and our divine protector would see it averted once more. He has husband on coming here and somehow dragged me along with him. I wasn't exactly inclined to stay behind, seeing as how his visions have been right before. Do you know anything about the stock visions and calamities? Apparently, yes, it can only be avoided with the guidance of the Great Serpent. Have you seen it? We do not know this Great Serpent. If it's the snake you seek, you will find them along the banks of the Mirage of Regret. Yes, it makes sense it would be near water. After all, it was the Lake Chumecta that we first met. Oh, Great Serpent, your servant comes for you. Wait, it is not safe to go alone in these woods. I apologize for his unusual behavior. He means well. Perhaps with such recollections can prove fatal. Would you go and make sure that they are safe? While you see to them, I will take this one to Fano. He's down. Oh, he's along the river, all the way down south. Alright, let's go check that out. Now let's go catch up to him. Hey, don't attack me. I'm just passing through. I said I'm just passing through. Don't you dare attack me. Yeah, that's right. Go back. Push for Quinford. Alright. Rejure's Regrets. Should be around there somewhere. They're in trouble. Gotta go save them. That you are unharmed, Great Serpent. He was refused to leave without that thing. I presume this is the Great Serpent he was looking for? Maybe you should give me the sign what can leave and threaten the forest. Should return to Fano and consult Master Lamine. She will know how to handle this. Wait, oh great one, this ground is not fit for you to slither upon. Allow me to carry you. I'll talk to Lanelle over there. Down here. There she is. They bring with them 2 guests from Slitterbow. Very well, let us see what they have to say. This is the Great Serpent. 3. Most virtuous turn of events. This gift you speak of is not unknown to us, though it is rare. A child of Finalborn, for such a gift, would be appointed Keeper of Whispers. You most unwise to ignore this vision. Keeper of Whispers, yes, I rather like that title. He also spoke of the monstrous snake in the lake to the west. Perhaps he meant the legend of Lozald in its battle with the winged serpents. There are a number of tablets in the Great Pyramid of Yorksnax which tells of such tales. The one we seek may be among them. However, only the Emperor or one of the sufficient status may pass through those hallowed halls. As we are the seal of Ronka, you have been granted leave to enter. If you bring me the tablet, I can decipher the writings. I accompany her, not instantly of course, but close enough to see the temple. I have beheld it in many visions. I can escort you, but you must not run off, as you did before. Okay, so we have to get inside the temple now. Alright. Let's go to the temple. Stone tablet. Is this good enough? Stone tablet. And the other one should be on the other side over there. I'll have to go around for that. Oh, they found it. Come, I will know what secrets it hides. How did you fare in the Great Pyramid? Doing good. We found the tablet though. Here we go. Yeah, this is the tablet we were looking for. A moment while I pray over the writings. Thank you for your patience. I have finished defining the tablet and its contents were informative. By the Emperor's command, the stone giant Lozat did clash the serpent. The battle raged for many days and many nights, and finally the ancient guardian stood triumphant. The dreaded snake was resealed in an immense jewel, its true name never to be uttered again, the years spent in slumber. Quell its rage, and the seething ire it once exuded became a burning aura. Man came to worship the jewel, and thus the great destroyer became the great protector of the wood. After the great sealing, the Emperor commanded his fiercest sentinels to the east to keep guard of the great pyramid of Uxner. To the west, he sent his priest, who would watch over the slumbering serpent from the covered halls of the vault. Together, they would protect the Empire, and so did it thrive. Alas, in a strange twist of fate, the temple to the west would be submerged beneath the waters of Lake Sumikta. Its priests drowned, lamenting their loss. The great protector trashed and wrecked within the great jewel, stirring the power of the earth, causing the trees to grow ever thicker and even greener. And the guards of the pyramid would become guardians of an ever-expanding forest. And the V's have remained here all this time. Incredible. But Master Neil, were there really protectors other than us in Greatwood? I cannot say for certain, but this is not the first time I've ever read such claims in our ancient texts. Imagine, 2 tribes protecting the whole Raktika. And even assuming they existed, we would not have no way of tracing your lineage, but I do not think these priests are who we are meant to find. For one who shares the gift and reverence of Ronka now stands before us. We would be honored to work alongside you, protecting Raktika and the ruins of Ronka. It would be an honor, but I fear I'm not worthy of such a position. It is not a question of worthiness. It matters only that you are willing. And when the time comes, I intend to leave and search for the RVs who would join us. Perhaps this is the calamity my visions foretold, the plight of our people. The growing reality of Ronka's history may one day be lost to time. And the great serpent has chosen me to be your savior. You keep her whispers to protect and serve the Greatwood. Speaking of which, where did the snake go? It was here but a moment ago. Return to slumber, no doubt. But should the Great Serpent have need of us again, I'll be here waiting, listening. If his head weren't in the clouds, he might notice. I don't suppose you'd be willing to take it with you. He comes to his senses. As long as it remains here, I'm afraid he'll be convinced the calamity looms around every corner. Sweet. Go on, take it. If that's all that stuff the Great Burden is true, was to have his visions to warn us of danger. Do I get the Great Serpent as a minion? That would be pretty sick. We consult our chiefs just that we may formalize an alliance with the Slitter Bow. An alliance, yes, we will protect Raktika as they did in the days of the Empire. Villages of the east and west working together as one. Oh my god, I have the Great Serpent as a minion. Okay, that's pretty sick. Completed the Great Serpent quest. Now then, let's go to the main story. The entrance to Kiana Revel lies open, and Almet would see you on your way. The Yalrin's gone. Our companion to return. I think it best you go now. The entrance to Kitana Revel should not be open. Alright, let's go. Before we leave, Ranger, did you discover anything that suggests that Lightwarden's hides elsewhere? Nay, though we had but a little time before the Ilmarin's most unwelcome arrival. We scarred the nerve-eyed vermins and spoke once more with the one called Crowley. I've been hearkening to her tale. It is my judgment the Sin Eater which her late mother did espy was indeed the being we seek, and it most likely reside in the vicinity of Raktika Falls. In the absence of my subsequent sightings, I have no reason to believe our quarry sought out a new sanctuary. Given the considerable difficulty we face in searching the falls, we would be certain it has not been disturbed by man. And our course is clear. We must navigate the Kitana Revel and make for Raktika Falls. When you see it as but another obstacle to be navigated, the Kitana Revel is the oldest and most sacred of our temples. The criminal knowledge of the Empire is said to reside within. Knowledge which is rightly yours as Allah's Ronka, you are welcome to explore. I fully intend to survey every elm of it once our mission is complete. Were the Emperor still alive, he would be overjoyed to hear you say so. But I must warn you, though the way is open, it will still be heavily guarded. Be careful in there. Yeah, we'll be careful, don't worry. We're professionals at this point. Head east, you'll find the path of the azure flowers, leading to the Ravel. I wish you safe passage through the halls. Mr. Matoya, I cannot dissuade you from going, so please promise me you will return safely. The Knights Blessed need you. You need not worry, Radar. I will return and bring with me a long-awaited gift. One the Knights Blessed will treasure now and forevermore. Now let us away. Kitana Revel entrance. Let's go. Interacting. You can feel the Aether flowing through the door. A gentle push may be all that's required. Our earlier efforts were not in vain, it seems. Stay on your guard. We know not what awaits us inside. Yes, the Kitana Revel, now accessible. Oh wait, oh yeah, I can choose if I want. Should I go with Infinite Tancred and Yishtol, or should I go to the Duty Finder? Let's try Duty Finder, see if anyone joins. There we go. Another one of those same bosses. Is that another? Is that like the other boss we just fought? Oh, what the? How did I die there? crap did I die there? Yeah, I think this is gonna be a wipe. Oh. Is this what killed me? Oh yeah, that's what killed me, that stupid statue. Okay, I did not know about this statue there. Okay, well now I know that I have to watch out for these two statues. Is there any other statue? No, it's only those two statues, okay. I just have to keep an eye on these two statues and that's it. Okay, that's good to know. I did not know that those statues were shooting lasers. I thought the mechanic was from the boss, not from the statues. Well, is he gonna be able to DPS the boss, or we're gonna have to restart it? We're gonna have to restart it, that's for sure. Okay, let's respawn. Alright, second attempt. This time we know what the mechanic is. I got a bad roll on that. Conjure, White Mage, Scholar. Oh. Okay, yeah. treasure coffer here.
the Lightwarden, huh? The Lightwarden is dead. The Blessed's prayers have been answered.
Aye, that they have. Her condition yet troubleth thee?
It does. Though she shows no immediate signs of corruption, the danger remains. She must be told. Would you describe it to me, Marie-Angé? Paint for me a picture with your words.
A sea of shimmering stars. Diamonds strewn across a raven gown. Boundless and beautiful. 'Tis an exquisite sight, not unlike that of the source. Calm and gentle and forgiving.
I can see it.
For however deep the void, or wide the expanse, there is no shore so distant as to be beyond the reach of light. Ominous though that may sound, given our present travails.
Well fought. Let us return home. The murals. If I am not mistaken, they predate the Empire.
How can you tell?
A peculiarity of the paint. Most are made from mineral-based pigments. But whatever was used here is older than anything I have ever seen. According to Almet, this sanctuary was built to preserve the wisdom of the ancients. What events do these murals commemorate, I wonder?
Must you always linger after defeating your enemies? Navigating these halls on foot is exhausting.
Come to lead us to safety, have you?
I was bored. But how is the hero of the hour?
I'm doing perfectly fine.
Fighting fit, I see. Keep up the good work.
You're plotting something.
Every hour of every day. But never you mind about that. As I have told you 1,000 times before, I like to watch. Nothing more. Well, I would quit this place and I suggest you do the same. There is yet work to be done. Ah, there is a sight to bring a tear to the eye.
You recognize these scenes?
That I do. Indeed, there was a time when anyone and everyone would. Until one calamitous day when the world was divided across 10 and 3 reflections, sundering the land and all who dwelled upon it. And the worst part? No one could remember it. Not really. Just fragments and fleeting memories of an achingly familiar world. A vision shared of a paradise lost, preserved only in song and scripture and paint. Once upon a time. Yet here we find ourselves again, to look, learn, and remember.
Then share with us the stories you know so well. We are listening.
Before the Great Sundering, there was one world. A world that knew naught but peace and prosperity. Until it was faced with a crisis. Unprecedented, terrifying. Civilization found itself perched upon a precipice, staring into oblivion. But through prayer and sacrifice, the will of the star was made manifest. Zodiac was his name, and by his grace was the calamity averted.
Zodiac.
A savior mighty and magnificent, deserving of reverence and gratitude. One would have thought, yet some thought otherwise. From the fears of these naysayers would rise Hydaelyn, she who was to serve as his shackles, to bind him and hold him in check. And so they fought, and they fought, and they fought, and in the end, Hydaelyn was victorious. With all her strength, she smote him, dealing a blow so devastating that it split the very fabric of reality. And thus was Zodiac banished and his being divided. That concludes today's lesson on long-forgotten history. Though I imagine your mother would offer a rather contradictory account, as is her wont.
I'm sorry, I can only assume I misheard. But it sounded an awful lot like you were implying both Zodiac and Hydaelyn are not gods. But
What? Not gods of the first? Is that what you thought these paintings depicted? Or... They are gods after a fashion, yes. But no different from the kind with which you are so intimately acquainted. Formed of faith and prayer, of conviction and devotion. The eldest and most powerful of primals.
You have spun quite a tale. Yet you have not explained the role of the Ascians in all of this. How is it you are privy to ancient secrets lost to time?
Finally you ask the right question. And shrewd questions warrant honest answers. We Ascians know because it is our history, our story. It was we who summoned Zodiac, we natives of that sundered paradise. Now, do you see why we yearn for the great rejoining? For our world, for our people, for all creation to be made whole again. Wouldn't you wish for the same?
Not in the way I had hoped. Do you suppose there's any truth in Emmett Self's claims? I'm pretty sure it's the truth. It's just his his view on Hydaelyn, he doesn't like Hydaelyn, so. Still wears a haunted expression which sucks words having clearly found their mark. Yep. But recent events plainly warrant further discussion. I think it best that we wait until Afno and others are present. And its sex included. How convenient he should choose this moment to keep to the shadows. No matter, for the present. We should return to Fano and make certain of Ilmorin's withdrawal. After that, Slitherbow. The blessed are no doubt elated by what has become of the sky. Turn in unharmed, I see. You and Helen, pleased to report that the Lightwarden is no more, thanks in part large to you. That the death of a single Sin Eater should make such a difference. As our numbers warned, so too did our hope that the runes we have devoted our lives to guarding would ever find purpose. And here you are, the allies for whom we have waited these many centuries. And with your arrival came the chance to pass on our legacy, the ancient wisdom of the Empire. That alone would have been ward enough. Never did we imagine it would serve to banish the light and pervade these woods. On behalf of the V's, our forebears, and the late Emperor of Ranka, you have our deepest thanks. It is we who should be thanking you. Our journey through the Kitana Raval proved most enlightening. Free to such knowledge is an honor, one for which we never hope. Please, you need not to be so humble. We do but our duty as decreed by the late Emperor. Would that we here were here still, with us to express his gratitude in person. But sister, does this not mean our duty is fulfilled? To our allies perhaps, but the runes cannot be left unguarded. So long as we live here, in these woods, the secrets of Ranka must not fall into the wrong hands. Is Runar still here? No, we escorted him back to Slitherbow shortly after you set out. You would return to Knight's Blessed. We will not keep you any longer. I suspect you would be glad to have your company. Thank you, Amit. I look forward to a day when we might share a more leisurely visit of the ruins of Ranka. We will await you here then. Speak with Runar, all the way over here.
You are returned, and none the worse for wear, I see.
You needn't worry about us. What became of the Umoran soldiers, more importantly?
They turned tail and fled at the sight of the night sky. The children of the everlasting dark have also retreated back to Woven Oath. Try as they might, they could not deny the truth of their own eyes. The sunless sea of heaven, full of love and grace, where none need know pain or suffering. In that moment, when the sky's light began to wane, I knew our prayers had been answered. That we were doomed to face oblivion at life's end no longer. When first we met, I harbored certain suspicions about you. Now I see that I was right. You are the bringers of shadow, the warriors of darkness, the saviors for whom we have prayed for so long.
I suppose you're not entirely wrong, but we are not worthy of your reverence, nor have we any desire to be worshipped. If you would pray, pray for your children, that they may one day know a better world.
I will do as you say, but please, let us at least hold a feast to celebrate your victory. You deserve that much.
I'm sorry, Runar, but there is still much to be done and scant time in which to do it. We must go. All of us. For we share the same path and the same fate.
So be it. I ask only that you hold us in your hearts, as we would hold you in ours. Now, and ever after. By the boundless dark, this I swear.
It pains me to leave. It is time I return with you and the others to the Crystarium. Before we go, when I speak with you in private, I will await you in my chambers. Thank you for coming. Though I keep my suspicion to myself, but after witnessing your victory at Rekka Falls, I feared they proved true, so I must share them with you. From the first when we met at the Fort Gone, your Aether has appeared, tainted, suffused with an over-abundance of light, not unlike the Sin-Eaters. When you defeated Lightwarden, I feared the light which poured forth from it was not negated by Hydaelyn's blessing, rather it was absorbed into your being. Granger also suspects as much, though he is unwilling to share his thoughts on the matter. One thing is certain, with every warrior you defeat, the danger to you grows greater. Greater perhaps than we can imagine. If you begin to feel anything strange, anything at all, pray inform me at once. We should hurry before the others begin to worry. Once I have sorted my things here, I will join you. Alright, let's go wait for the others at the entrance. Let's go to destination. We took one of the patrols of the Fairmeader. All things considered, though, Citadel remains relatively unscathed. Thanks to the antidote, all those who were poisoned will make a full recovery. With the night sky returned, their prayers have at least been answered. Sorry to keep you waiting. Shall we be off then? I'm certain this is best. Not to deny there is part of me that wishes I could stay. For 2 years I have lived the blessed, learned their culture, even going so far as to adopt Master Matoya's name as my own. Where pride did not honor, I did honor to it. Now is not a time for doubt or hesitation. Come, we must return to the Crystarium. Since it is hard to sort an elephant unless they have yet to arrive. Where is the XIV? Friends, it's a good time to see you all again. It has been too long. I assume your presence here means you've brought word of the warden hiding in Retica? We did more than just find it, we destroyed it. Found and slain, you say? I should have known. Wilmore has but recently dispatched soldiers to all corners of Nordvan to defend them. We're glad to see their efforts were wasted on Greatwood. Speaking of Wilmore, what came of your meeting with Valtry? Yes, about that it proved to be... Xart, you mustn't push yourself. Your time away from the towers are clearly taking its toll. No doubt you're all tired as well, having traveled so far. Why don't we all take much needed rest before we discuss our findings? I thought to propose the very same. After you clash with the warden, you deserve a chance to recuperate. Let's settle then. We reconvene after everyone has time to settle in. Speak to the manager at Pendants. Alright. Ah, Lightwarden. I'd ask if you were here for a drink, but I know you ain't. You've got that serious look about you. I got my usual here too. My 5th round, in fact. Why so few, you ask? Well, I stepped away for a while to do some research, but that Morin bloke kicked me right out of the Cabinet of Curiosity and then banned me for life. Spell just a wee bit on meat on books, and he chases you out of a fury of 1,000 floods. That man could use a drink if you ask me. What's to clear for? Don't tell me you're siding with him. We're supposed to be partners. And after I worked so hard to find us information on so foreseen. Drank so much, sat with those dusty tomes until not one, but both of my buttocks went dumb. So did you find anything? You know, after what I went through at the cabinet, your complete refusal to acknowledge anything I do is kind of comforting, actually. Anyhow, I did get some new information from a reliable source, a drinking buddy of mine. Surfacing was senior at Retica Breakwood. If we do some of our signature eater slaying in the forest, there's a chance we'll try her out. Fear that sitting around and just getting us nowhere. And research can only take us so far, why not? Maybe fighting together will teach us something we couldn't learn otherwise. Can't kill it, but the two of us should be more than capable of getting a few whacks. Making an escape? Yeah, let's do that. So that's the plan. Meet me at Slitterbell. Yeah, sure thing. Talk to Jid then. Still drinking. First thing before I know most everyone's Slitterbow actually. Sure, they seem a lot at first. What with worshipping the darkness and all. Let's get to know them. Share a few drinks. They're not bad folk. Make a fine wine too. Shame you can't get it anywhere else. You know, they've been helping out a while and enjoyed the local spirits. It seems that Sophrosine shown itself in the blind forest of Ixmaja, east of here. Let's get out there and slay a few Sin Eaters, like we did before. See if that brings it to us. Alright, so we're gonna go hunt some Sin Eaters. Let's go do that then. Okay, so a little bit to the east that way then? Come on. Wrong destination. Next one. Next battle. Report back to Jet. He's over there somewhere. Alright, that looks good. Well, not good, but you take my meaning. Now we'll be settled in and hope that self-esteem feeling charted with today. Duty, let's go. Where's it? I'm nearly out of wine. Oh, there. Yeah, we still need to find out how it does what it does, so make sure you're watching, not just walloping. Closely. Wait for it there. Why doesn't it fix the other one though? It makes our life easier, I guess. Charge. Did we do it? Nope. She's back. course not. Healing mentions is so annoying. There's no offense intended. Just, oh no, not again. So this is the garden. You excited, Lamet? Yes, of course, I've come this far and I will claim the legacy of Ronka. There we go. This time it's complete. Everyone alright? Well, now let's get what we came for. The lost restorative magic of Ronka. Can you sense the power in it? Yes, there can be no mistake. Silva, this is it. My only path is forward. Eyes, Guardian, in the name of the Royal House of Ronka, implore you, grant me your knowledge. did it. The spell is mine at long last. I can save my sister. You will. We'll meet up with Brendan and Albert, and we'll see you home. Hey, oh, she and fear, beardliness, egg face, get it up together for stone's sake. Into the past is a nice trick and all, but could you maybe, I don't know, wait until we're not in the mortal peril next time? Transferring away without pulverizing you, and in the bargain, was no mean feat. If it well for me, we'd both be dead right now. I hope you learned something with your trouble at least. Yes. Ancient Ronka magic. So it was after a spell from old Ronka. That could be the secret of self-foreseen power, but it's hard to know for sure. Whatever Lemmet did to pry those secrets out of the runes was right complicated. By the sound of it, she took the power with her. You need to think about on how we can confirm what you saw, maybe not. Find out what that magic actually does. Yes, over a nice mug of ale. No mead, no ale. First, then mead. Gotta go back there. Talk to Gyat. So, hunting down so well after a fight at the nail. Ain't no higher truth than this world than that. Don't give me those. Oh, there goes Gyodwick singing philosophical about the ale again. It's like this, you pick the right booze for the right job, you've got your ale, and before and after physical fights, of course. But you've also got mead for reading, wine for singing, and your hard liquor for those times when you need to tell me some Hobson to go stick his head in the forge. Well, I was switching to mead. I'm thinking I might find something about what happened to Lemon's sister. I know what you'll be getting yourself into while I'm at it, but you make sure to bring the right drink for the job. Sounds good. View from above, alright. The wood. Let's go finish this. Go back to our room and rest up. See how this Lightwarden story ends. To them thanks for excursion, yes. Room is ready. Yes, I'm ready. Retire? Yep.
So there's a light sealed inside you, is there? You wouldn't know it from the outside. You look the same as you ever did to me. Ah, yes. If they're not asking you to fight, they're telling you to rest. Which isn't to say they're wrong. You'll need your strength for what's to come. Think he was telling the truth? Emmett, I mean. All that rot about Heidelin being no different from any other primal. If so, what would that make her blessing? Are we just slaves to her will? Ah, let's pay him no mind. lies the Ascian stock in trade. Villains, heroes, all a matter of perspective, they'd have you believe. One man's fond memory, another's waking nightmare. Me, I'm no saint or savior. Just another sinner. And I know damn well I'm in no position to judge. When I saw the people of Slitherbow look up at the sky and celebrate the return of the dark, it felt good. It was moments like that that I cherished. Much more than the thrill of adventure. The quiet after the storm. I always took comfort in that.
What did the scouts have to report?
Several skirmishes, but nothing of consequence. The fighting seems to have taken its toll on both sides.
A stalemate, then. The Alliance has done well to hold the line for so long. But then they did have Ishgardian reinforcements.
Nevertheless, neither side has any appetite for a prolonged engagement. 'Tis but the calm before the storm. And should the Empire choose to bring their full might to bear...
To say nothing of Black Rose. All the more reason to hasten our search. How close are your people to identifying our next target?
Close enough, though I have received some troubling intelligence. One of our generals posted to the Alamegan front recently disappeared without trace from the battlefield at Gimlet Dark.
Odd. Dead seems unlikely. Fled less so. I wonder where he'll turn up.
Were I a betting man, I would say here, in the capital. Not that any deserter who valued his life would contemplate returning, but a corpse might, given the right encouragement.
In the manner of his royal remains, you mean?
Elidibus plainly has no need of a new host, so the question becomes who? It may be that another player has joined the game. Something to consider at any rate. But come, there is work to be done.
These bloodless games make for poor sport. Mayhap if father... Nay. I am a stranger to him in this body. Besides, there is but one hand that can make me whole again. My enemy. My friend.
Wait, is this Xenos?
I know not what entertainment occupies you, but if you will not clear the way for me, then I shall seize the reins of fate once more.
Especially that you might be awake. I could scarcely imagine what you choose such commotion. Our host of sneers appear to be advancing upon the crystarium. Emergency measures are being taken as we speak. Remember, however, that we are safe so long as we remain under a crystal tower's aegis. You may return to your quarters if you wish. I have to go find them. Such me feel that way, and I cannot say that your assistant would be anything less than welcome. Returning here to transmit information to the residents, but you are under no such obligation, and thus free to aid any of the townsfolk who may be in distress. Needs to become a point of congregation in times of need, crowded with those seeking solace. Yes. I've only just returned from Mount Run, yet I find the Christian moments from being beset by siniers. Where are they coming from? This shouldn't be possible. We restored the darkness. Probably Ilmore. This is a fortunate coincidence. Better tell me you have an idea as to what is happening. I may, but for the moment we'll need to postpone such discussion in favor of action. Crystal XIV is preparing to deploy a barrier on the crystarium as we speak. Ensuring that he is able to do so should be our first concern. There are a number of instruments placed throughout the crystarium that function as anchors for the barrier. On my way to activate them now. In which case, 3 pairs of hands would be better than 1. Very well, I'll take the ones to the south. I shall deal with the northern apparatus then. Will you handle the western too? Yes. Raise anchor. We're gonna go activate the next one real quick. Raise anchor again.
City sighted! They're coming!
Excellent. The barrier is holding.
That's good news for the Crystarium, but what of the rest of Lakeland?
Lena and the City Guard have taken to the field. Thancred and the others have already joined them. Let us do the same.
Well, next time we'll go fight the Sin Eaters on the field of Lakeland.